Hey guys. So I've gotten a lot of questions about how I use the Pro Tools Audio Bridge feature to do directed sessions with my clients. So I thought I'd do a little tutorial for you today, and hopefully that helps you out. So, first of all, the reason that I do this way and why it's such a cool feature that Pro Tools added is if you're doing a session with a client on a Zoom call, there's really no way to provide them audio playback. And often the client wants to hear what you recorded, right? So, this is a really cool way to do it just right within Pro Tools. And if you're not a Pro Tools user, that's okay. Hopefully, you can still benefit from this because there is other software that you can still use. You just wouldn't use it within your particular DAW. It would just be through your sound system settings. All right, so here we go. First, I'm going to open up a new session and make sure that my playback engine is my audio interface. And it is. Okay. Next up, I'm going to add 2 tracks, one mono track for my voiceover and a stereo track for the client. Easy enough. All right, now's when we get a little bit complicated. You're going to go into your setup and look at your IO settings. Now you're going to go over to this little button down on the left and click on Aux IO. And from that, you're going to set up your auxiliary IO. You'll set your input to the Pro Tools Bridge 2A and your output to, you guessed it, Pro Tools Bridge 2B. Click OK. Now we're going to check that it added it to the input list. There it is, Pro Tools Bridge 2A and output Bridge 2B. And under your buses, you should also see the Pro Tools Audio Bridge 2B. And make sure it's also mapped to Pro Tools Audio Bridge 2B. It should be automatically. I ran into an issue where it wasn't for some wacky reason, but shouldn't be an issue. All right. Now you have everything mapped correctly. We just need to send it to Zoom. So this is the Pro Tools side sending to Zoom. So first on your voiceover track, you'll make a new send output to your Pro Tools Audio Bridge 2B. Set that fader to 0 and click pre. And I'll explain why in a little bit. Now on your client track, set your input to your Pro Tools Audio Bridge 2A. Now we'll go over to Zoom. In your Zoom audio preferences, your speaker should be set to Pro Tools Audio Bridge 2A. Your microphone, Audio Bridge 2B. Great. Now let's see if everything works. Let's go back over to Pro Tools. I'm going to keep the track muted so that I don't hear myself while recording. And this is why we hit that pre button before. So now, even though I'm muted, the client can still hear any level being outputted from that track when the pre button is pressed. All right, let's do a mic check. I'm going to record arm my VO track. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. And you can see the level there going through. Now let's check the speaker side. Okay, great. Looking good there. Now, let's record. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. And now when I go to play that back, you should see that coming through the microphone side as well, which will go to the client. And remember, that's why we had that pre-checked. If I want to listen along with the client, I'll unmute so that I can hear it as well. And there you go. It's been a really handy feature in my sessions lately when a client needs to hear something back. If I splice something together real quick in the session, I can just play it back super easy. And even if I have a client that I'll do the editing after the session, it's really handy. If I have their permission, I'll record the client side as well so that I can just go back and to listen to their notes rather than having to remember or take notes during the session. I can go back and just listen to what they said, which takes they liked the best and all of that. So really handy to record like this for a number of reasons. And remember, this is not a substitution for something like Source Connect. Source Connect is when the client wants to record on their end and they need really high quality audio. This is simply for me if I'm recording on my end and I want to be able to play back for the client. I hope that helped. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions on this or any other audio recording issues. I'm happy to help. Take care. Bye, guys.